He had come out of his home early in the morning and he had found 3 individuals trying to break into his truck. And he felt that his life was in danger. I'm Stephen Lieberman, and I'm a criminal defense attorney on the USCCA's Attorney Network, and I represent those who are involved in self-defense incidents. I got a phone call. There was a member who had been taken into custody, and his wife had contacted the critical response unit looking for some guidance. I asked her if she wanted me to come to her house, and she begged me to do so. So I drove to her location. While I got there, the law enforcement agency was still in the process of securing the scene. Now, in talking to the client, he had come out of his home early in the morning and he had found 3 individuals trying to break into his utility truck. And he felt that his life was in danger and ended up shooting. I found out that he had already made some statements to the law enforcement agency, which is really problematic. And I had to explain to the client that there was a very, very high likelihood that he was going to be taken to jail later on that afternoon. The most important thing that you need to do is invoke your right not to talk. There's so many times, and this is really, really critical, people feel righteously indignant after they've been involved in a self-defense situation. They're angry. It's understandable. But whenever you're involved in a high-stress situation, your ability to recollect facts becomes compromised. It's just a natural thing. Anytime there's a use of force event, it instantly requires the establishment of a team. It's not just the lawyers. It's oftentimes the investigators, and sometimes the investigators themselves have to hire separate investigators. So the amount of personnel involved can be fairly substantial, and each of these people come with bills. USCCA's member benefits provide this type of coverage, and because of the speed in which they're able to remunerate us, we can tell our clients, look, we are going to assemble this team. We're going to get these people out into the field, sometimes just hours after the event has occurred. We know that we're going to have the funding coming to us to be able to do this. During the investigation, as I was interfacing with law enforcement, we came to the conclusion that it did in fact look, at least from the evidence that had been presented, that my client was in legitimate fear for his life. Ultimately, it did not result in an arrest, and the district attorney had chosen not to prosecute our client. So it was a good resolution for him. USCCA membership is incredibly important. You need to have a legal defense strategy in place before you get involved in a defensive shooting. Learn more about what you can do to protect yourself and your loved ones.